Tomorrow is day one of Tokyo Game Show, an event that takes place from the 21st to the 24th of September 2023. And though we know that Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo will all take the stage, and though it is all fine and dandy and celebratory to learn about new games that are upcoming, well, at this point, we probably already know about all the games announced. The question is, when the dust has settled and the sun has risen the next day, what would we have learned about Nintendo's next-gen console? Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Odyssey. Hit the like, press play. You're running with the squad like Xenoblade. Drive like Mario.
Before we get too deep into the video, if you find value in this video, I would love for you to help me get to 50K subscribers by the end of October by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss another Odyssey video. Thank you so much in advance. Hello, my friends. I am Mike Odyssey, and welcome to the Odyssey. Today, we're talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 and the possibility of it being present in Tokyo Game Show, which, by the way, it is tomorrow. Yes, Tokyo Game Show is a show that takes place in Japan, Tokyo, and we'll see presentations by Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, amongst other publishers. It is an exciting moment because this is, I think, and I believe, the last trade show for gaming events of the year, right? We still have Game Awards coming up, and that's not really a trade show. I know we see premieres and presentations sometimes, but this is the very last presentation of the year when it comes to game announcements of events of this kind. So Tokyo Game Show is a big deal. It is a very big deal, and we will see a lot of things that will probably make us happy, maybe upset, who knows, right? Depending on your likes and what you're expecting. But Tokyo Game Show is a really big deal. Now, we know Nintendo will be present, and what would they show? We already know. They're going to go ahead and do a recollection of all the games they have already talked about, and maybe issue a release date here and there. There are certain games that are still in the air, like Paper Mario. We still have no date for that. We know it's coming in the summer of 2024, right? But we also have other publishers who publish for Nintendo as well. What will they announce for the Nintendo Switch? Will we see Genshin Impact finally making on Nintendo Switch? Will we see other games that have been promised to come to Nintendo Switch make it to Nintendo Switch? Will we get a Call of Duty from Xbox on Nintendo Switch? Who knows? Anything can happen at Tokyo Game Show. But of course, the question lies, what will we learn about the next-gen system? And before you say, Mike, I don't think it's going to be there, I will tell you, I believe it will. Maybe not on the stage, maybe not present, maybe not physically like where we can see it or Nintendo can show us, but I know it'll be somewhere backstage, and Nintendo will probably be showing this console to somebody there, and they will be kind of showing maybe the new specs and what they can do, the loading times, whatever they choose to show to kind of sell this next-gen console to bigger publishers, because we know that in this Tokyo Game Show, bigger publishers will be present, and Nintendo wants to appeal to these other third-party bigger publishers to bring their games to Nintendo Switch. And so what they are doing is selling that to these publishers, right? We know that the next-gen console will be more powerful than the Switch ever was, and will most likely be a good fit for these next-gen games that are not able to come to the Nintendo Switch because of the hardware limitations, right? We can't cover that with our hands. We know that Nintendo Switch is already outdated. It's great. We love it with all of our hearts. We've had a wonderful almost 7 years of this console, and we've enjoyed it. But the reality is that it is now time to move forward with what's next. And so, out of every single event that we have had this year, we have had Nintendo present behind the scenes to a group of developers or publishers their next-gen console, right? And so out of this presentation, there is always leaked information, okay? And that's exactly what I'm talking about in this video. I'm talking about the possible leaked information that might come out, and I think that we're going to be happy, all right? So in the past, we've heard about Nintendo's next-gen system when it comes to loading times. Guys, loading times has nothing to do with the CPU or GPU. Loading times have everything to do with the system they use to store information. Their hard drive, SSD, whatever storage technology they're using on the next-gen system, that's what actually really plays a part in the loading time, the writing speeds, right? So the writing and the reading speeds are what make a game load, or load fast or very, very slow. Back in the day, we had hard drives. We still do. They're still around. They're still usable, but they will really like disk that go inside this little package, right? And so the disk would spin inside this little package, and these are hard drives. Right now, we have moved over to SSD and the newer M.2 NVMe drives, which load way faster than hard drives ever did. I mean, night and day. I actually have a video showing how fast it loads compared to the older models. Now, I know that Nintendo was showing this backstage to some publishers and some developers, right, on when loading Breath of the Wild. Basically, they removed completely the loading times between Breath of the Wild, a port, or even the actual game they were playing on the next-gen system. Now, a lot of people are saying, yes, the Breath of the Wild playing on the next-gen system kind of confirms backward compatibility. Not really until Nintendo kind of shows us, right? Because this could be a tech demo. A tech demo is what they produce just for a specific reason, right? They can make a version of Breath of the Wild that is compatible with the Switch 2 and then show just that for demonstration purposes. And so now obviously Nintendo knows that this information gets out in some sort of way, right? They're not that gullible. They know that whenever they present information backstage to certain developers, certain information does get out into the field, and of course that's how we hear about it and present it to you. And so in reality, I don't expect to hear the greatest revelation when it comes to the next gen system, but I would really love to hear a little bit more about the hardware. We know about the possibility of backwards compatibility, and that makes me excited, because to know that we're not going to lose our previous library of games, our digital games, or even physical games, well, that just makes it all the more exciting to look forward to the next gen system, right? And knowing that there are games in our previous system that will play even better at higher resolutions just makes me more excited to going back and replay some of my favorite games, just to see how it looks, just to see how my experience changes with this new hardware, right? We've also heard about the potential power that the system has behind, although I want to clarify that a lot of these people talking are trying to kind of deceive us when it comes to the actual power that the Nintendo Switch 2 has. Let's not forget that the sources where we hear that this system is compared to, let's say, an 8th-gen system, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, are competitors of the Nintendo Switch, okay? They know how valuable the Nintendo Switch is to the market if we are able to produce a console that runs next-gen games in handheld mode, okay? Because dock mode, everybody can do dock mode. Everybody can go ahead and produce a console that runs the greatest games when it comes to just plugging it straight to your TV. But when it comes to taking the games with you on the road, that's where the true value lies, and everybody is shaking in their boots because they don't know whether Nintendo can pull this off or not. But if they do pull this off, my friends, I am telling you, we already have one of the best consoles ever made. The Nintendo Switch is one of the greatest consoles ever created. And imagine if we take this Nintendo Switch and we take it to the next level and bring next gen games to a more powerful system that other companies have failed to do, because it is hard to make a system such as a mobile game, like a mobile device, and have it be, play next gen games. It requires too much power, right? The Steam Deck is the closest that I think we've ever come to, but even the Steam Deck has its crazy limitations. Guys, this is coming from a Steam Deck owner, okay? The Steam Deck, although it says that it can run next-gen games, it heats up like there is no tomorrow. I can literally fry an egg in the back of it because of the cooling system. They have not figured out a way to basically have that, read the everything within the game and maintain the system cool, right? So what Nintendo is doing is, rather than relying on hardware, which basically heats up the system, they are being smart and using a different route to get to the same location, to the same place. Okay, it's like, for example, you want to go on a road trip and then you have another friend who's going on the same road trip and you guys decide to take different roads. Okay, one leads to they all lead to the same place, but your friend's route leads there faster, right? Without any issue, without any tolls, without any delays in the system, without having to sacrifice way too much of their car and of their tires, but they're getting to the same place. That's what Nintendo is doing. Nintendo is getting to the same place as the next gen systems are, but without sacrificing too much in the system, allowing it to play high resolution games, look great, look better, and perform great without sacrificing too much in their handheld system. Therefore, yeah, they can give us a smaller chip, right? A chip that is maybe not as powerful with as the PS5, but in combination with DLSS and in combination with AI upscaling, hey, they got there. They arrived at the same location that the next gen systems have arrived to. So that's what makes it exciting. The possibility that a handheld console like Nintendo can actually accomplish this. Guys, let me know what you guys think down below. I am very excited about the possibility of seeing what Nintendo has accomplished with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we hear about in Tokyo Game Show. Right? I want to hear something new. I want to hear something new. Maybe in the handheld factor. Maybe when they showed off the loading times, they're showing it on their tech demo on the screen on the TV. But I want to hear something mobile wise. I want to hear a screen size, a resolution, something new. Right? What do you guys want to hear when it all said and done? When Tokyo Game Show is completely finished, what do you guys want to hear about the next Nintendo Switch? All right, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Odyssey News. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you find value in this video, and I will see you in the next adventure here at the Odyssey. But before I let you go, I got two things I need to let you know. Number one, never give up, and number two, journey on. Peace.
Welcome to the Odyssey, hit the like, press play. You're running with the squad like Xenoblade. Drive like Mario, we on a new wave. Never slow down, winners don't need no breaks. And we won't fade, our shine gets greater. Staying on the ball like Pokemon trainers. From the nest to the Wii, we dangerous. You can button mash, but it ain't